Trucking with Jazz fam. So I am currently up. It's Happy Monday. I am very thankful and happy and blessed to have this opportunity to come talk to you guys. Um, I know I haven't been on my stuff, but I got to get on it, right? The new year coming in, and all the effort got to be to keep being consistent. All right. So with that being said, I have a video. It's called "What are 5 different stereotypes that women face and we have to overcome being in the trucking industry?" So I figured this would be a cool chat, a cool video because it's a lot of us females that's out here trying to get our money up, trying to, establish ourselves, grow our business, own our businesses, and sometimes we out here dealing with our counterpartners that don't be wanting to see us up. I have had conversations, guys, on the phone with other truck drivers that have mentioned like women bring the industry down. We don't know what we doing out here. And I'm like, I remember you guys too don't know what y'all was doing out here either. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, let the fact remain that anybody can adapt to situations if one, they apply themselves, two, they get the gain of knowledge, and three, they put in that hard work and dedication to get where it is that they want to be. Let's be clear on that, okay? So with it being said, the first one that we deal with for sure is the physical strength assumption. People assume that we as women, can't handle our own. We can't drive these trucks, okay, you two a petite, pretty woman to be out here. Listen, they driving cars, aren't they? Aren't we? Let's clear that up. We, as female, I'm a female, I drive a car. And you have manual cars and you have automatic cars. Now, I didn't grow up driving a manual, but it was an option too. Unfortunately, I didn't have nobody in my house that was driving manual. Okay, them got cars. Let's be real. So fast forward, yeah, I wound up getting an automatic car, and I learned how to drive it. And it's the same thing with this trucking thing. Like if somebody was to sit here and tell me, Jasmine, I couldn't dare think, you would have been a trucker. Listen, let's make it clear. Truckers could be anybody, any ethnicity. We just got to get out of those messed up stereotypes for real. And I get it. It's very world bound, meaning we got all these different ideas and ideologies from what we grew up in, history, right? Women couldn't do this. And that's what it come back down to, history. Women couldn't do this kind of job. It was labeled for it to be a man. But remember, we're in a different time. And during those times, there was a lot of ignorant damn people. And there's still ignorant people today. So, that's the first one I'm going to say on that. My second one is going to be lack of technical knowledge. Listen, nobody don't get in no truck, no semi-truck, and just have the skill for it. You take a regular man. Let's say we started a man and a female out today at the same time. Men ain't going to just have more technical skill than women straight out the gate. That's something that's learned. That's something that's practiced. Some people get lazy. You know what they do? They go and they get a job and they drive it and they like, man, you know what? I'm going to pull through every time. I ain't gonna back this truck. Now, we do hear it along the industry. Hey, if you can just pull up and pull through, then do that all day. That's the safest thing to do than to back up. Understandable. But one thing I will say is when I was with my trainer, shout out to KO, Life of KO, that's Kendall. When I tell you, it was a blessing because he worked me really hard in the sense of you're not getting off my truck not knowing what to do. You're going to be teaming with your wife and you cannot be out here not knowing. I can't account for her training with her person to be able to say, okay, yeah, she coming out the gate and she know, what to do. And if y'all get caught up in something, one of y'all can do it. So his mindset was, you got to know it, because if y'all get in a bind, you got to know it. And I appreciate him thinking like that, pushing me to be where I am. And I'm very thankful. I'm happy for all my training I got at Prime Inc. All right. So yeah, the next one is safety concerns. Okay. So a lot of people feel like women is more vulnerable. To a degree, we are. And I'll go into the detail why later. But people feel like females are very vulnerable. We scared over the road. I jotted some stuff there. That's why I'm looking at it. that we don't have the ability to handle stressful situations. And that's not true. Again, everybody, men and women, handle things differently. A heart attack on a man look different than a heart attack on a woman. So we have to sit here and allow ourselves, as time go on each year, to re-evolve, our train of thought and how we think of things, because things are changing. Statistics is showing us different things too. I don't feel like we're vulnerable in the sense of, yeah, you can't handle yourself on the road. I feel like females are vulnerable when you're dealing with, majority of the force is driven more by men. You have more men that won't get out and help you. I mean, it's crazy. If you put on makeup, if you got your hair done and you look very feminine or you looking weak, then they want to come and assist you. But if I look like this, nobody not sitting there saying, "Hey, Jazz," or if they don't even know my name, but like, hey, if I'm struggling with something, nobody gonna be like, "Hey, you need a little assistance." Don't sit here and knock that because you see me looking like this, that I won't need the help if you said, "Hey, X, Y, and Z." I even walked up to drivers like, "Hey, can you assist me?" And they was like, "Nah." Why? We in the same field. What we do, I mean, look, as a company, if you work for a different company than me, of course, it's not affecting you. But the truth of the matter is, trucking in transportation, like industry, period, is affected by all the drivers. You got good drivers, you got some bad drivers, and people that mess up, people that sit here and don't care about the safety and stuff like that. That affect all of our pockets. When they sit here and they raise the insurance, if you choose to be on the op side, you thinking they just going off of you. Listen, they'll say the industry, this is what's going on across the nation, that's being affected. Y'all think that the insurance just high in Florida and ain't high in another state? It may be higher in Florida, but it's still high. It's still high. It affects everybody. And people need to think about that and stop thinking about themselves as just by themselves. That's too much. That's the problem right now in the industry. You got too many people thinking about just themselves, my family eating, that's it. And that's why it's the way it is too. On top of, a lot of people won't stand up and do nothing. But again, back to, like I said, safety concerns. People feel like women are vulnerable out here. We too scary. I mean, women to be quicker to voice how they're scared over the road. A man, I was driving overnight. I was a little, afraid, or, a little nervous out here was slippery. Guys be feeling the same way. They just don't open their mouth about it. I done been on the phone with with guys, and like I just said, the transparency is not there. People rather front, people rather lie versus just being truthful. Look, we move better and we get ahead by knowing correct information, being able to use the accurate data that we have, which us as truck drivers, we got all the information. If you trying to figure out, hey, what prime looking like over here, what double S looking out like over here, we can literally be like, hey, they starting you out with $16 over here. And you could be like, oh, at prime, they starting you out with $24. But you got too many people that sit up here and lie. Oh, I don't got to prove myself. Look, man, ain't about you proving yourself. You don't got to say nothing. That's the truth. But the truth of the matter is, when you do say something, don't let it be lies. And too many people be willing to lie than tell the truth. With that being said, like I said, for female drivers, the most vulnerable thing for us is for sure parking the truck, being far away from the truck stop, having to go through these different, some of these truck stops like TAs, they have, rows and rows and rows. And you only had a parking spot waiting in the back. It's not well lit. And those are different things that you got to deal with. People preying on you, and they're a truck driver. And they... Look, I ain't trying to make it sound real bad, but I'm just being truthful. That, people be sitting there watching, observing. You don't know that they live here locally and this where they come be at. You just don't know. And that's like the most scariest things for a lot of drivers. On top of that, like, us women, we got to deal with those monthly situations and being in situations where, like, dang, I can't take no shower. Yeah, we used to take showers. Men used to take showers too. But our situation a little different. Like, us girls, it's like, hey, we need to be by some water, And sometimes, I mean, like, look, that's like a con for us, but at the same time, we know how to adjust. They got all these different supplies and things that's out here that allow us to better set ourselves up. People got these little sink things, little bag things to carry water. Hey, people even get a little pan and wash up in their truck. They do what they got to do. We know how to adjust as women, as ladies out here, and ain't nothing stopping us. We're going to keep on coming in the field and doing what we got to do, period. All right, another one is unfamiliar with the job. In every job that's out here, when you go from high school, when you go from high school and you go to college or you start your first entry level job, you don't know. You know the job title, you know somewhat the description, but you don't know the ins and out and the inner workings. So you know what? That's why it's job training. Yeah, we unfamiliar with the job. Yeah, they sit here and they talk about brake chambers and all this stuff. Yeah, when they teach you it, when you learned the book, your CDL book, to take these tests, and then you get to the school, everything came all together. When I was training to learn, before you came to Prime, you had to get your permit, your CDL permit. And when I went, you got to get the CDL book. And now they have like little apps or whatever. You can kind of go over the questions, and to a degree, you listen, you reading, and you like, this thing don't make no sense. Like what? What they talking about? Brake change. Like you can feel airlines and this and that and a chassis. Like what the heck is all? Like you just be sitting over here like, what the heck going on, or whatever. And you sitting here learning all the different parts of the truck, which was really cool. I really enjoyed it because when I came to Prom and we got in front of a truck, then they had visuals. We looked at videos and it showed us. It was like, bang, okay, the stuff I was answering questions to, and I'm like, I didn't even see us in my truck in front of me. I was very thankful that when I came here, everything clicked, everything came together. Okay, look, you got drive, you have all these axles and all that stuff, and everything just made sense in your coupling section. Like everything just made sense on your trailer, the ribbons, everything, cross members. It was just okay. It makes sense. So I say all that to say, like, everybody gonna have to get out here and do job training, period. And being unfamiliar don't mean that you can't adjust and learn. Like that's why it's called evolution, because we always are changing. We're always have the power to learn and adapt, and that's how we've been adapting all these years. Why I think we are where we are right now. Like, come on. All right, my very last one is work-life balance. Okay, listen. Again, this is the stereotypes that people think that us females can't handle, the stuff that we have to overcome. Yeah, I mean workplace, work-life balance, period, that affects men and women. I always sit here and I talk about mental health, guys, because when you come out here and you're working, you don't know. You don't realize you're going to be away six weeks from your family. And that depends. I never had a situation where I was away 6 weeks with me having to work 6 weeks. I came out as a lease operator. I'm currently working as a company driver, and I'm home every weekend. I'm over the road every Monday night, and I come home majority of the time every Saturday morning. And when it came with being with Prom, I ran how many weeks I wanted to run, and I was off the truck as much as I wanted to be off the truck. It wasn't, some of those things that you hear like, oh, they told me I couldn't. If you're a company driver, you're going to go by how they play ball. If you are a lease operator, owner op, you're doing what you want to do. You stack your money, you set yourself up, you let them know a decent time, like, hey, I'm just going to get off my truck. And, some people, they have that fear where, if I sit here and tell these people ahead of time, now they send the low ball my load. So, you kind of be dealing with all this trickerization. You shouldn't have to. You should not have to trick and scheme from your company. Your company should allow you to keep getting with loads because you're available, you're the closest, and you're available to run the load. They know that you're on time and your work ethic is good. And some of that seemed like to be out the window, because from what I hear from people, I got to be quiet because, I don't want them to retaliate. And you shouldn't have to deal with retaliation in this industry, period. They're making money. They're making money off us. I don't care what people say. You could get a load for $4,000. Baby, they make money off you. And that ain't even the real number. Nobody ain't gonna never, from the industry leaders, nobody ain't gonna never sit there and say, yeah, but we really got an $8,000 load that we offer $5,000 for you. They ain't gonna really tell you that truth. But that's the truth. And it's sad because the people on the top allow it to be that way, and they're keeping it that way and keeping you down. And we just gonna always have to keep being smart with our money, with the money that we do receive. I always sit here and tell people all the time, you can't plan on future money. Oh yeah, next week I know I'm gonna have that money right there. Look, baby, if you ain't run that week, if you ain't run this week to get that money next week, then you don't got that money. So when you sit here and you plan, oh yeah, a month from now I'm gonna collect, $1,600 right here. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. You didn't run yet to collect that, so you count on the money that's in the bank, and that's how you plan. All right. Again, workplace, work-life balance, that affects men and women. That shouldn't be even a stereotype for ladies. Like, oh, ladies want to be home. Listen, some of us just want to be home because that's what we was used to. Men be wanting to do that too. And some of them stay out on the road because sometimes they want to get away from what they be out there doing. I mean, like, be at home. Don't want to be home with the kids. That's not everybody. I'm just saying. Some people don't want to do that. A lot of women, sometimes they want to be home with their kids. Some of them even bring, hey, have y'all looked at how many women been bringing their babies out on the road? I don't recommend that, but people do it. Because they trying to make a living and still take care of their kid. They don't got no child care when they go and work a local job and they got a camera and they telling them, hey, this, and that. It's scary the thought that people be risking their lives. Somebody can run up on you and your baby in the back sleeping, you driving, and something happen, God forbid. That is a scary thing. And knowing that I want to transition into having my own child and have, deal with motherhood, I'm trying to make sure I take care of everything right now so I don't be in that situation, because that's scary to me. That is very scary. And I give it to those women that's out here doing that. All right, so I didn't want to make this video super long. I just, again, wanted to make a video on some of the gender stereotypes that we deal with in the industry. Ladies, if you feel the same way, or men, if you have thought this way, please change that. Be more supportive. Be more supportive, okay? Every woman don't sit there and think you trying to hit on them. And don't come with a hidden spirit all the time, too. She could be beautiful, but dang, like, if you see a person helping, help. It's just good to help people, period. Our industry is suffering in general, us as a whole. Not individual, like we suffer individually too, but us as a whole, our industry is suffering, guys. Yeah, people out here making money, but then when you get a $2,000 check for the last 8 weeks, what about them taxes that got to come out? We ain't gonna talk about that. What about the health insurance you don't got and you a lease op or you a owner op? Let's talk about that people don't sit there and really talk about. Just out here like, yeah, we living, we making it up here. No, we not making it. Let's really look at the numbers. But y'all have a blessed day. Happy Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I'm going to hit you guys for some more. And again, like I said, stay blessed and stay tuned.